Hello, everybody. I'm here again with Clara Bellino for the next episode of our MBB Bellino Break interview series. Clara, how you doing?
I'm doing great.
So we've got a lot of positive reception to our vocal tips #1 interview. We decided to do a second vocal tips interview. So what advice would you give to singers attempting to sing languages they weren't accustomed to?
Oh, wow. Well, so each language has kind of its cultural heritage and shape of vowels. But really, across any language, no matter what you do, ideally, this is something I'm working on recently with my new awesome vocal coach, Rocio Guitard. It's at the forefront of vocal science. And basically, in any language, what you want to do is to have a flowing sound. Doesn't matter what the language is that you're speaking, but to have a flowing sound, you want, this is my most recent tip that it takes a lot of time to get used to, but your throat is kind of like if you think of a pressure cooker, your throat is the pressure cooker, and the air is the little, if you've ever seen a pressure cooker, is the thing, and you want to keep the air going out regularly. And so whatever language you're singing in, you want to have a constant flow of air and the air not be interrupted. And the thing that interrupts air are consonants. So it's like all those things interrupt the air. And if you can learn to create those without interrupting the air, then you can have a flowing sound. And that is a huge tip that takes a lot of exploration. There are cultural habits. I mean, as a French person and singer, there's a tendency in French music to have like a high larynx and sing with this like, and I'm exaggerating. But if you can learn in any language to sing with an open throat and not do that, I can't answer that question any shorter than that or any more specifically than that in less time.
Speaking of your voice, what ways do you keep your voice in shape?
Well, the better in shape I am, the better in shape my voice is. So I keep in shape by making sure as much as possible to keep in shape, which is to rest, to hydrate, to exercise, to eat healthy. You know, all of those same things that contribute to you being healthy contribute to the health of your voice.
What made you start playing music, and especially what made you start singing?
What made me interested in music was when my family we moved back from the States. We lived in the States for 2 years. When I was 5 years old, we moved back to France, and my parents said, "What do you want to do with your free time?" And I said, "I want to play music. I want to play the piano." And I believe that part of what made me say that was that my dad specifically, but both my parents, had a huge appreciation for music. And anytime we had any time off in our house in Massachusetts or California, they just played music. And I went home and I said, you know, music is my thing, and I love music. Beyond that, I found a natural path I wrote a lot of poetry when I was before high school, in high school, and I just loved music. I just thought music was this thing that, you know, could transport you. There was basically what happened was anytime I heard music, played music, listened to music, it took me, if anything else was a challenge, it took care of me.
So how do you approach using your voice as an instrument, like Patton from Faith No More, Ella Fitzgerald from Herself, and many other singers? They tend to use their voice almost like a horn or a keyboard, another layer of instrument over the instruments. And I've noticed you do the same thing too. what ways do you approach that?
Well, I'm really flattered that I'm both not just flattered, but like, really, from what you hear, that's what you interpret. And great, I'm glad you think that. Mostly when I sing, I really think about what I'm saying, but increasingly, and maybe that's what you're talking about. I mean, I appreciate that in other singers, but increasingly I interject things that are about just voice being a vocal pad or an ambiance or something. And I don't feel like I've done a whole lot of that, but I definitely believe in the power of that.